Welcome to Bold in Her Purpose Ministry. I am Jaquita B. I am a servant of God. I am also a confidence and empowerment coach. And I come on here to uplift, encourage, empower the people of God to continue in your journey, right? Sometimes it may seem tough, it may seem hard, but with the right word, you can keep pushing and pressing forward. So, um, I'm not going to be on here long. Hey, y'all. Hey. So, today is day 15 of the 28-day challenge of me going live. Not gonna be on here long, and if you hear some noise, it's because my air fryer is going. But it's gonna be real quick, like, okay. But thank y'all for tuning in. How are y'all doing? Tell me where you from, how you doing. Come on in the room, tap the screen, show me some love. As you can tell, today we are talking about being in isolation, right? Being in isolation, what does that look like and what does that feel like? Because a part of your journey when you are wanting to become a better you, right? When you're on a journey to walk this Christian life out, right? You on purpose, you're in purpose, walking on purpose, like you're gonna experience some isolation. So that's what we are talking about tonight. Tap the screen, show me some love. Again, I am a confidence and empowerment coach. So if you have a question or a situation or a circumstance that you would like some advice on, I will do live coaching today as well. So you can drop your question, or you can drop, what you're needing advice on. Hey, how you doing? And I will answer to the best of my ability, okay? So today we're talking about isolation. Hello. Thank you for tuning in. Russia in the house. Thank you so much. Where y'all from? Say hello. Come in and say hi. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. So, isolation, right? Most of the time, when we think of isolation, we think of being, by ourselves, being, separated from a lot of people, not having. Thank you for the subscribe. Not having, you know. The things that we need or the people that we want to support us there, right? So a lot of times your isolation season can hurt. But baby, that isolation season that hurts so bad is set up just for your good. So isolation can be used for many, many different things. Hello, how you doing? Um, Kitty Classic, how are you? You need some advice? What you need? Africa in the house. Hey, what's happening? Hey Toya, how you doing? So again, I'm doing live coaching as well. So if you have a situation or concern or something you would like advice on, you can drop your question and I will answer it. Right? So hello. Again, isolation is meant for you to be in a place to where God can do what he needs to do on the inside of you without any distractions, without anything getting in the way. And a lot of times we feel like, it's hard, right? We feel like, why do I have to go through this? And why is it that, my isolation period and season is so long? And because, baby, God got to do some things in you that you have never experienced before. So what needs to take place is the inside job, right? It's an inside job. So your isolation is for you to take advantage of, being in the presence of just you and God and allowing him to work on the inside of you so that those things that need to happen for your next level can take place, right? No, I'm not. So so isolation, don't fight it, right? Embrace it. Don't try to maneuver around in it so that it can end, so that you can, get out of it, right? it stings, it hurts so bad. But the reason it hurts so bad is because you have a great assignment. You have a great calling on your life. And the longer your isolation period is, that's the longer God has to work in you, to mold you, to build you, to get you to do what he has called you to do. So, and it does not mean that you being, separated, or God has pulled you away from some things. It does not mean that it's all the time, or it will be always, or it's a permanent situation. It just means like whatever he's doing, right? He's pulled you away from some things that later on he may say it's okay for you to go back to that, but right now I gotta pull you away so I can do what I need to do in you, so that it will benefit everybody else that who you are connected to. Toya says, I think I'm trying to fight it. Yeah, don't fight it. Like a lot of times, I have been in isolation. Thank you for the follow. And I'm still in a place of isolation, and I just realized that sometimes you just have to surrender, right? You got to surrender and just let God do what he gonna do, because when you surrender and allow him to do what he want to do, it makes it easier for you. And it's like now you don't have to complain about it. You don't have to be crying and whining, because you understand what is happening and what is going on, and it postures your heart in the right place to be able to just give it to God so he can mold it, so he can do what he needs to do with it. There is, as we go through our processes and walking this thing out, like we've endured a lot, right? We've endured a lot. So there are some things that's there that we don't even realize that's there. And only God can heal us. Only God can change that. Only God can fix it to where it needs to be. So don't try to fight it, because we can't see the just of the inside. Like we don't know what's on the inside of us for real, unless the Holy Spirit reveals it to us, and unless God puts us in a position or an experience and we're able to see it, right? So your isolation is for you to grow. Your isolation is for you to realize who you are and what you're called to do. Your isolation is for you to study, to show yourself approved. Like whatever he has called you to do, this is your time to sharpen those skills. This is your time to my battery finna go dead, so I gotta hurry up. This is your time to realize, like, I have some work to do on me, and I need to take this time that God has pulled me away. I really need to focus and work on me. I really need to do the things that he's calling me to do, and so that I can be effective, right, and proficient in the thing that he's calling me to do. So I gotta take time and really do the work. Your isolation is designed for you to do the work, right? Because you may know that you have some issues, right? That you have some things that you're not so proud of. And this isolation season, this is the time for you to do the work, for you to put in all the work, for you to see the changes that you want to see out of yourself, right? And in the midst of your isolation, right, I need you to understand, like, journal every part of whatever it is God revealing to you, whatever it is you're going through, whatever it is that you're feeling, because in your isolation is where you're going to learn what you like, what you don't like, who you are, the things that God is calling you to do, what's part of your makeup, like what's the things that make you tick, what are the things that you don't like. Like there's a lot going on in your, hey, how you doing? There's a lot going on in your isolation period that you need to be paying attention to. And journaling, right? Journaling helps you recognize those things and write letters or write your thoughts out to God. And in the midst of that, like he'll begin to answer those things, because sometimes when we praying in our minds, right, we don't realize what we're saying a lot of the times, or we don't remember what we're saying. But when you write it out on journal, on paper, right, you can always go back and see how God came through for you, see how he changed you, see what took place, what time of year you was going through this, like, and that's how you begin to recognize the cycles you're going through. That's how you begin to recognize what state of mind that you're in the moment you begin to journal. So journaling in the period of your isolation is very therapeutic, and it's healing to you. It's going to help you cope with those things that you have bottled up on the inside of you that you may not have even shared with anybody else, right? So take your isolation period very seriously. Yes, journaling helps you find yourself, and it helps you notice those issues about you that you don't even want to look at for real. Because truth be told, when you have some things on the inside of you and you know it's a dark place, sometimes you overlook it on purpose. Because thank you for the follow. You overlook it on purpose because you don't want to deal with it. It's too hard. It's too hard to deal with. But thank you, Toya. I appreciate it. But those are the things that you really need to tap into. And the only way you can tap into it is if you allow God into that space. You got to allow him into that space. So your your isolation is designed for you to know your identity in Christ. It is also designed for you to elevate once you come out of it, right? You don't go through a period of pruning and testing and healing, right? For nothing, right? When you come out on the other side of this isolation, baby, be prepared to be elevated. Be prepared to be taken to another level, okay? Because God has done the work in you and you have surrendered what you need to surrender so that you can know who you are and who you serving and the work that you need to put forth. Hey, Dr. Tanisha, how you doing? And girl, we on day 15, okay? So you'll know what it is exactly that you are called to do during your isolation, because you can't, how do you expect to go through this walk or your journey? How do you expect to go through it when you don't even know what you're supposed to be doing? You don't even know what you're supposed to be doing. You ever fell back from people, then years later when you bump into them, the energy off? Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Yeah, the company we keep, God got to isolate you because he knows that those people that you are connected to is going to distract you. You're not going to be able to go to the level that he wants you to go to because of who you are attached to and who you are surrounded by. So he has to separate you and pull you away. And let me tell you something. In those moments, like, God will give you a journey to be on and send you somewhere, and you don't even know why you going or who you going there for, or what is the reason why I got to go to this place. And I'm gonna share my testimony about that one day. But when God tells you to go, he's telling you to go for a reason. He's telling you to go because there's some things that can only be shaken off of you or only be taken away while you're in your isolation, while you are alone, right? So you got to realize when God is calling you to do a thing, like, you got to do it because you don't understand what it's for. You don't understand who it's for, right? And it could be for you, your entire family. You just never know what the situation is and why he's telling you to separate yourself, or no, you can't hang out in those places anymore, or no, this is where I need you to be for the time being. So yes, it's very good. It's like your isolation highlights the things that you need to work on to be a better version of yourself. Your isolation highlights the things that you may have put to the side a long time ago, and God is calling you to pick it back up again. And you don't even realize he's calling you to pick it back up again because there's so much noise going on. There's so many distractions going on. There's so many things pulling you left and right, and it's hard for you to center and hear his voice. So your isolation is designed also for you to learn his voice in the process, because when you learn his voice, that's how you know you're on the right track. That's how you know who to bless, who to remove. Like, your isolation is so important to your journey. It's not even funny. You got to take it serious. Happy birthday, Hugh. Brooklyn May said, isolation is good. I learned my flaws, and I learned I kept making the same mistakes. Yes, them cycles, that's a good point. I'm glad that you said that. When you are in isolation, them cycles that you've been going round and round and round and round, doing it over and over again, baby, that's where them cycles gonna begin to end, okay? Because God is going to be, and you have to be in a place to you're reading your word, you're feeding your spirit, because that's how you become heightened in the spirit, right? That's how you begin to learn your word and able to fight off the urge to go back to the old thing, because we're not being like Lot wife. We're not turning back. So we don't want to turn into a pillar of salt. We want to keep on going, moving forward. So that's how you get the stamina and the strength to remain in your isolation period until the appointed time when God says, okay, now it's time for you to be elevated. Okay, now it's time for you to be promoted, right? So you have to be able to be in a place in your isolation. You're working. You're not just sitting there moping, crying, and complaining. You're working. You're reading your word, right? You are spending time in your secret place, right? You are going forward in your purpose and what God is calling you to do. Okay. So yes, more of God and less of us. You closing off all the things that has been distracting you for this time frame. And y'all, when I tell you the thing hurts so bad, it hurts so bad. It hurts so bad. But when I tell you, God will redeem the time. He's going to redeem the time that he has you in that isolated place. He's going to redeem everything that you think you missing out on. Baby, he going to open up some doors and you going to feel like, oh, I ain't missed nothing. Baby, I'm showing up right on time, right where I'm supposed to be. So you understand that your isolation period, it will be tough. But on the other side of it, God going to do the big one. He going to do his big one, okay? He going to make sure that you have everything that you need and everything that you feel like you lost. All the pain that you felt like you had to endure in that isolation is not even going to amount up to the things that he's going to give you. Toya said, yes, it hurt. Yes, it hurts. But at the same time, just know that it's for a reason and it's for a purpose. And know that it's not even just for you. It's for your assignment. It's for other people that are connected to you as well. It's not just for you. And the thing that keeps me upbeat and okay with being in isolation is because when I have those moments, like God comforts me, right? He may send somebody, or he may, the people that you left, he gonna send replacements in your isolation. When it's time, right? He'll send replacements. He'll send people that people for you to be friendly with, okay? People for you to, have a godly friendship with, right? So he will begin to send those things that he called you to let go in this last season. But when he send them back, it's going to be people who are aligned with your purpose in the journey and where he's taking you. So you're not going to miss out on it. It's only but for a while. Suffer with me for a little while. It's only but for a while. It is not going to last very long. And you're going to come out with a new swag, a new walk, a new talk, baby, a new look. You're going to have a new glow about you. People, it's hard for people to recognize the new you because you've been in covenant. You've been in conversation. You've been hidden in the word. You've been hidden in God for so long. But when you come out of that thing, they're going to be like, dang, she don't even look like the same person no more. Hey, Crystal, how you doing? Brooklyn May say, I'm 39, grew up in Brooklyn, always got attention. I'm a man with children. Attention isn't good. The events are not good. Growth. I always had a big influence in the hood. Now I want to give back. Yes, that's what God does, right? He may take you and allow you to experience that part of your life. So when he clean you up and in that isolation period and he removes some of those things, like I said, the isolation and the things that you let go, it may not be forever. He may send you back to that same place to go pull the other people out, to go love on them, to go give them, to go help them to overcome and come out. So it's all for a reason and a purpose. So that's what I wanted. That's what I wanted to come on here and talk about. I have to go because I have something to do. Thank y'all for tuning in. Again, if you are a woman who is on here, I am a confidence and empowerment coach. If you would like to do a one-on-one with me, there's a link that is attached to this video or either in my profile or information box, depending on what social media you're on. You can always schedule a one-on-one with me. I also have a program that I'm offering right now. It's called Crowned in Confidence. It starts in March, but you can enroll in it right now. I'm only taking a certain amount of women. So if you're interested, make sure you go ahead and sign up because I want to be able to cater to everybody's need in an intimate way. So that's why I'm only taking a certain amount. But thank y'all for tuning in. I hope y'all have a great rest of your evening. And until next time, spread love, seek light, and mind your blessings. Bye. Thank you. God bless you too. Good night.